So I started this morning and I had a client. So I do vertical horizontal training, which means that things will be upright and they'll be across. So if it's vertical, for example, for him it's skipping. I'm getting him to do that for 5 to 10 minutes now. His wrists are better and we've fixed his wrists, or at least they are a lot better nowadays. So that's obviously vertical because it's up. Fitness, by the way, is a great form of is a great form of fitness, as it's bouncing. You can bounce on each foot. I do believe in the health of the feet as well as weight training, so I don't think you should just do weights. In his case, we do online training and it's outdoors, so we don't always do weights. So what I do with him is we'll do squats, squat jumps, back extensions, push-ups, and skipping and speed as well. And yeah, I did a bunch of meditation as well, which is helps me to I think it's a big help in self-love, actually, because you can work on appreciation with breath work, acceptance, gratitude, wins and lessons. And what I do is I breathe in any of those 4 or 5 aspects. I breathe in the energy, let's say, of appreciation. So with my eyes closed, and then I smile. And so right now I can be appreciative for the health of my body, my strength, my feet that keep me moving. And so I'd write that down, because I also write them down. I guess today's video is going to be about rituals to a beautiful day. So you've got clients, you appreciate them, you do the best that you can with them, helping them to the best of the level that you can with what it is that they need and want. And yeah, I did a workout after that, and so it was a pull day thing. So it was back basically. And so what I did is I start off vertically, which is, for example, something like cycling, and I'll have resistance on that. I do that for 10 minutes. Now, the reason I do that is to help with knees, giving myself strong knees and strong legs, basically. And that helps me with my dancing, for example. And because dancing, and I'm going to start doing mixed martial arts, it helps me to strengthen my knees and get my knees stabilizers working really well, which enables me to do new activities, things that I want to do. So I find that really useful. And yeah, it's literally 10 minutes a day I'll do, and I put it on the full resistance that I can. And like I said, it was a back day, so if skipping or cycling, which are my typical vertical exercises to do, then what I do is I then did back extensions, which is, it's horizontal, and you raise your legs and your back upwards, and it works your lower back, which is gonna sort of level out what you're doing in terms of if you're cycling, for example, you're going to have a rounded back. Now, it's good for your back in a sense that it moves it side to side, but what it's not doing is it's not extending. It's not a back extension, which is the name of the exercise. So when you do an extension, it's a lift up, and that really helps you to lengthen your spine, improve your posture. So I did that. I was doing 20 reps, and I tend to think that if you're going to do lots of reps, you want to be able to actually do less reps and make it more intense. So what I did is I put some weighted discs in my thumbs and hands, and then I raised them up. So I had my hands by my side, for example. I had the plates in my hands, and then I raised them up, and I squeeze at the top and hold. So another way to do it without any weights is to make it harder. It's basically you go for 5 seconds on the way up, hold it for 5 seconds, go down for 5 seconds really slowly, hold at the bottom for 5 seconds, but when you're inhaling, you have your body lengthened. So basically, like your sternum, this part is lifted, it's lengthened up. So you're never actually dropping your body on the floor. After that, I had pull-ups, and so I did 12, and then I did 11, and because it went down in rep ranges after the training, what I did is I basically stopped doing that exercise and changed direction, because like I said, I like to go by performance. So yeah, I did that. After that, that's vertical, obviously. That's a long exercise. So think of it as long and wide, longitudinal. And so, yeah, I did a row motion. But actually, like, what I did is I have my legs back that are long and straight. Take the dumbbells. Your chest it's supported. Your stomach and chest is supported on the bench, but you're lifting your chest off of the bench. And then I did some rows. I did a few sets, but the rep ranges dropped down each set, so I stopped doing them. And on a back day, I tend to do pulling exercises. So usually I would add like legs, like deadlifts, for example. But I didn't do that today. I was doing more like bicep curls with dumbbells. So you do it standing up. You have your dumbbells away from your hips and you curl. I do them very slowly with a light weight, and I wanted to rush the workout and finish the workout quite quickly. So what I did is I supersetted it with incline curls. Now, as I breathe in, I'm lengthening on every exercise now. As I breathe in, I do this in dance. I lengthen my chest upwards as I breathe in. Even if I'm walking or talking or sitting or standing, I try to lengthen up. So as I breathe in, I lengthen my chest up. So I'm doing this with all exercises and getting all my clients to do it to improve posture, to improve energy, and actually to improve your shape as well at the same time. Breath work is super important for confidence, for health, relaxation, and strength. If you think of strength, that comes from being able to be relaxed under pressure, because it's going to be pressure no matter what. So if you want to be relaxed, you breathe into the challenge, the chaos, the pressure, and you stay calm. So yeah, I did the incline curls where I'm on a bench, and as I breathe in, my chest is lifted. I curl the dumbbell, and then it's I feel it after obviously doing the first exercise, and then I just superset it several times to a point where your performance, your arms just go numb or they burn and they're just gone basically. So yeah, that worked really well. Had a coaching session which I also did a meditation. I do the Dispenza ones, and what you do is you feel your whole body, you feel the sensation of it, so you're in your body, and then you connect it to the universe and kind of go into a universe travel where you're in the space of the universe and you imagine your body and the universe connecting in that way. And then you let go, you dispense of all ideas of your identity, who you are, what's going on with your life, your thoughts, your body, everything. And you let that go, surrender it all. And then you allow a possibility into your mind of what you want to have happen or what you want to create in your life. And I found that really useful, letting go. It opens your heart. It's a very good meditation, and yeah, very good meditation to do. And then you see that possibility, you see that picture, you create that, and then from that you're imagining that it's already happened, basically. So it's like a mental rehearsal. You imagine it's already happened. You feel the feelings of what it would be like to have that already happening in your life. So you've got to create like a feeling of reality in it. And then from there, if you imagine that was real and you felt that to be real, what would that feeling be like of having achieved the desire? And from that feeling, you experience a gratitude for that feeling, for that effect. Because if you think of anything that we want in life, it's the feelings that it brings you that attracts you to wanting that in the first place anyway. So tune into that. So I did that, trained some more clients. Like I said, with me, I'm very much, my dad would say, into mindfulness and very much into spirituality with physical training. So I'm kind of like a coach. I've done life coaching, like courses and stuff like that. So for me, like, I had another client telling me about a really heavy situation with him and his son. I'm not going to go into detail with it, but sometimes you have to have some serious talks about stuff and really work out how you can help your client. And sometimes there's not an immediate solution, but there are things that you can talk through to stretch the person, give them ideas, help them to expand, and so forth. He does appreciate conversations with me, and I think that a lot of the time I keep my clients for many years, lifetime. I mean, I've had clients for years because I develop a relationship, and this is good for any of you trainers. It's outside of obviously just only the physical training side. And I also train people in an aspect of, for everything physical, there's something spiritual going on. And there's more and more studies to show and prove this. If you look years ago at the idea of stress, we used to think it was something false and something made up and you couldn't prove it. But nowadays they've done studies to show when you've got stress or too much cortisol in your body, what happens is you store body fat. So it's actually shown, and you could literally get skin fold calipers and you could measure it. I found also, if you talk to osteopaths, and I've read a lot of books by osteopaths about stress and emotions, that they can literally tell you different body parts and the emotion that is being triggered or affected to cause that area to tighten up. So for example, you can have stress here in the trapezius muscles or in the neck or in the chest, and they will identify with certain emotions. But I can explain it in a different way. Let's say you're in an office, or you're not in an office, you could be in an office and someone's shouting at you or challenging you or belittling or stressing you out. And let's say your body tightens up here and you're either angry, frustrated, sad, disempowered, anxious, whatever it is. So what happens is your body's going to tighten up, and that's another reason why you want to lengthen up and see how much you can accept in life and what's going on, the challenging stuff and the good stuff. I'm a firm believer that we've also got to accept good stuff like joy and bliss and celebration, and actually look more into that more and more. If you truly want to be happy, you've got to appreciate the good stuff, but you've also got to be able to accept and I don't like saying good and bad, but it's very easy to understand it that way. Things that you would consider maybe bad, but it's probably bad language or poor use of language to say good and bad. I'd prefer to say blissful and challenging, something like that. So yeah, that was the Dispenza meditation. I had the conversation with my client, we talked, I got him moving his body. The other thing is, movement of body and posture is going to help you to be healthier, fitter and better, and deal with life better as well. Bought some clothes. I have started doing park walks. Now in London we've had our first bit of sunlight, which is amazing. It's actually warm for the first time, not having to wear a scarf and or like a jacket and stuff, so I'm really happy with that. Park walks are great. I'm going to do that more regularly. I bought a book. It's good to read and study and write. I've organized my booklets. I've got like a file for each person where I organize it. I think organization is super important too if you want to do well, feel good about yourself, and that's both in the home, also with your clients. So there's this whole pickup community out there where it's all about run and approach. If a girl looks fit or looks good, I kind of have a problem with that. I'm starting to feel that I have to have a feeling or a sensation that there's something interesting or something wonderful about this person that I can identify, connect, and want to share and have happen in my life. So I've come to a place where I won't just go talk to a girl because she looks pretty or whatever. I think energetically, vibe, it feeling like the right moment, I think a lot of it has to come together where, you know, it's a good reason to talk to someone. I don't think just talk to anyone for the sake of it. And I think a feeling sensation is important too. So that's all I got for today's video. Hope you enjoyed.